I'm looking for, I need 2 volunteers who are Christians. Like, not like pseudo-Christian. I mean, like, you got to be a real, like, you got to at least be wearing a cross or wear one most of the time. All right, man.
This work?
Yeah. It works, man. What's your name, bro?
Mike.
Mike?
Yep.
Is that a cross? Hang on, let me look.
Yeah, it is.
Dude, hang on, get a close-up. Right here. He's a serious Christian right there. You don't mind me touching it, right?
Yeah, you can touch it.
That's cool. All right, man. Nice meeting you. Do you have a cross on?
I do not.
Oh, so you are a medium Christian. All right. And what's your name?
So fun fact.
Wait, talk any.
My legal name is actually Christian.
Seriously?
Yeah.
Oh, that makes up for your...
Yeah, my parents hate me. It's fine.
Yeah? Okay.
But I go by Chrissy.
Christine?
Chrissy?
Chrissy? What kind of Christian are you? Just a generic Christian?
Presbyterian?
Presbyterian?
Yeah.
Well, you say that with a question mark.
I don't know. You made it sound like there was another answer. There's a right answer.
Wait,
to
talk
this.
closely on that. No, there's not a right. No, it's Christian. Well, he's a Catholic, so he's kind of between the two of you. We got a full Christian up here. All right.
I see.
Dude, there are so many Christians who don't think you're a real Christian. I know I'm making jokes about it all the time, but talking to the mic.
I believe it, yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
But you are, as far as I'm concerned.
I think.
All right, so I want you to read this quote. Okay, you got it? Okay, cool? Sure. Okay, so my first question is, so what are your initial thoughts about that person who's being quoted? I'll go back to the quote. What's your initial thoughts about that? Go ahead.
About, like, the person?
About the person, yeah.
Well, it doesn't seem like he likes Christians very much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's scary that kind of statement is coming from someone who has that much power and influence.
Yeah. What's scary about it?
I mean, just read the last sentence, but let's use these weapons we have, the weapons of mass destruction, if we need be, and destroy the enemy.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of scary if he wants to use weapons to cause mass destruction of people like us, I guess. It's kind of scary.
So what about, how much do you think he's interested in conversations?
It doesn't seem like much.
Yeah, like 0%.
0? Could you get lower than that, possibly?
-4.
-4. All right. What do you think his people think? You know?
His people?
Yeah, his people. I mean, he represents obviously a lot of people, man. What do you think they think about?
I think like a good majority might possibly like agree with him, but I think there's always going to be a percentage of people that just want peace.
So a good majority agree with him, but there's a good percentage there's always going to be people that want peace. Bro, what do you think, man?
I mean, it's all of Iran. He's the spiritual advisor to the president of Iran. So, I mean, I don't believe that everyone in Iran hates Christians with this vehement of an opinion like his, but there probably are people who feel the same way that he does.
Uh-huh. Okay. Do y'all... You know, you have your thoughts, right? Everyone's got their thoughts going, like what you think about this guy. You feel, you know, if you're a Christian, you feel afraid. I mean, if this guy, would you feel afraid to be around?
Would I feel afraid if I was in Iran?
Or does this make you fearful of Iran and the Iranians?
As an American, not really.
Uh-huh. How about you? Well, go ahead. As an American, not really?
I mean... Yeah, I don't personally feel like afraid by the statement. I think it could be a concern, but as of right now, no.
Okay, so here, let me kick something out to you. So here's the deal. Just think about your responses, okay? Think about the quote. Think about where we're at. And now I'm just going to turn the tables a little bit, okay? Because that's actually not, that's not a real person. That person doesn't exist. He does, but he doesn't, okay? So the real quote is, this is the real quote, okay? So some of you recognize this guy, Franklin Graham. So he's an advisor to, you know, he was the spiritual advisor to George Baby Doc Bush and President Donald Trump. That's a shout out to the Haitians, by the way. And President Donald Trump gave one of the prayers at Trump's inauguration. So this is what he said. Now, so I'm going to assume, we're just going to assume for a second that everything you said about this person would be true if you were in Iran. But now I'm going to ask you the third question, though, that I asked. Okay, you're Iranian, right? Are you feel afraid?
I guess you could, yeah. I guess, yeah, I would say sure, yeah.
Yeah, I'm not saying you should be. I'm asking,
Like if I were?
Yeah, if you're in Iran. This is the spiritual advisor to the two presidents of the United States, basically saying we just need to destroy all Muslims. We definitely need to destroy Iran.
I feel like, yeah, I would be. I feel like it's different context, like being in the United States. We don't see as much like warfare firsthand. Like we don't have like tanks rolling around in our cities, but like over in like the Middle East, like they experience that every day. So I feel like it's different.
Yeah.
Like it's very different, like receiving a threat here versus like them receiving a threat there.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, and not everywhere, right? Like in Iran, you don't see tanks and stuff, but nonetheless, well, you do. I mean, but yes and no. But yeah, okay. So do you have anything else? Like, how do you feel as a Christian? Because he represents you. To the Iranians, right? If this is a room full of Iranians right here, this guy is a spokesperson for your president. So at some level, he represents you. And so what would you say to Iranians about, because you're a Christian, right? This guy's a Christian. So like these people don't know. They're all Muslims. They have no idea.
I personally, I think it's really embarrassing and quite frankly, disappointing that a pastor could go out of his way to say that ever. Especially just coming as, so I was raised in a Christian family. I went to Christian school, all that. But I just personally, never in my entire experience have I ever interacted with a fellow Christian who had so much hate like that. And just that type of bias towards anyone.
So if you were talking to, and you are, because there are Muslims on the live stream watching class right now from the Middle East. So what would you say to them? Say what you just said, but say it to Muslims.
That's not right at all, and I'm really sorry. I don't know, that's uncomfortable. I don't see them.
No, it's all right. No, they see you, though. You're right in the camera angle. Bro, how about you?
Yeah, that's just, I don't think that's a very, for me personally speaking, in my experience with Christianity and Catholicism, that's not the accurate, that's not how I view Catholicism, and it's never been anything that I've been taught in my years of CCD or ever going to Mass or anything. And I would just say Franklin Graham needs to get his priorities in check, I guess.
Yeah. Okay. Well. Okay. Let's keep moving on.